So today we will learn about parallel lines and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines are lines that are coplanar and do not intersect. An example is railroad tracks. Another example are the lines of your notebook. The symbol for parallel lines is this right here. Another very important characteristics of parallel lines is that they have equal slopes but different y-intercepts. So let us analyze these two lines. I want to call this as my line 1 and this is my line 2. So on my line 2, they have the same slope. The slope is a rise of 2, run of 1. In this case also rise of 2, run of 1. So the equation of this line is actually y equals 2x, which is your slope, that's your m, and then minus 2 because of the y-intercept being at -2. However, for this one, you will follow the same slope, so the equation for this line is y equals 2x. However, your y-intercept is at +1. So if you look at the equations of these two lines, you can tell that they are parallel because their slopes are the same, but their y-intercepts are different. So now I can say, therefore, that my line 1 is parallel to line 2. And my justification for that, or my proof for that, is that they have the same slope, which is m equals 2, but different y-intercepts. We're going to continue, so I want you to flip your page to the next page. We're now going to discuss the conditions for perpendicularity. So definition. Two sets are perpendicular if, number 1, each of them is a line, a ray, or a segment. Number 2, they must intersect. And number 3, they must form a 90-degree angle. The symbol for perpendicular is the inverted T. And another characteristics of perpendicular lines is that their slopes are negative reciprocal. So let us have an example of what negative reciprocal means. So negative reciprocal means two things. Well, first of all, you're changing the sign to its opposite sign. So for example, the one line has a positive slope like this one. You will have to make that slope become negative. And if it's negative, you will change it to positive. Now, reciprocal is a process where you will have to get the numerator and the denominator and flip them. So let us begin on this one. So if my line 1 has a slope, so my slope for line 1 is equal to 2. That's my rise and run. My perpendicular slope for line 2, we will create line 2, must be negative because this is positive, so you want it to become negative this time. And this is in a fraction form 2/1, so you will have to flip this and get the reciprocal meaning. The slope for line 2, to become perpendicular to line 1 must be -1/2. A slope of -1/2, which is rise over run, has two meanings. It can be +1 over -2 or -1 over +2. In this case, it's the rise over run, and it will give you the same answer. So let us try to graph this. If I keep the same y-intercept, and let's say I do this. By the way, both are going to give you the same answer. If I rise -1, that means go down 1 unit, and run a +2, which means go to the right side 2 units, I will end up having this point. And if I do this, that means I'm rising 1 unit because that's positive, and I'm going to the left 2 units, so 1, 2. Either way, these are my 2 points, or these are my 3 points that I'm going to connect, and that is my line 2. My line 2 is going to be perpendicular to my line 1. So therefore, line 1 is perpendicular to line 2, or you can also say that line 2 is perpendicular to line 1.